What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Headspace podcast. I am your host, Chris Chrome, and for today, I'm going to be reviewing Dizzy Wright's featuring Demrick's new collaborative project, Blaze With Us 2. Again, that is Dizzy Wright and Demrick's new collaborative project, Blaze With Us 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Like I said, I am your host, Chris Chrome, and I'll be going through this seems to be a weed smoking stoner album that we're gonna have a nice little adventure on, and this is gonna be a fun time. So really, not much has really happened. I don't really have much to say about the week. I don't really have much to catch up on. I've just been really working from home. It's just kind of what it is. I mean, besides the usual, working on music and kind of just have things going on. I mean, there just hasn't been a big thing. In light of what's been happening in the world, I mean, that's still happening. So just, staying low, kind of keeping updated on what's happening and just getting the information and, trying to just make good of every day and trying to just do my part in being better in this world, really, is what I want to say. Other than that, let me know in the comments down below what you guys have been up to this week. How is everything going on? How are you guys dealing with the quarantine or whatnot? Do you guys work from home? Are you guys safe? Whatever you want to let me know, please let me know. Or you can also hit me up on Twitter, like I always say. But other than that, we're just gonna kind of jump right into the review. So to start off, I do want to start off by saying thank you so much to the Patreons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, Lindo Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Jonathan Barnes, Scribble, Carl J, and Chris Prado. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. We greatly appreciate it. They helped us get a new camera. They helped us set up some new things in the studio, especially now in quarantine. I guess it's kind of like on pause right now, but we're still, doing the individual videos and whatnot, so it's pretty cool. But thank you so much. I'll definitely touch upon it at the end of the video for sure. I'm not going to make two parts for this video. There is 15 tracks. The project, EP, album, playlist, whatever, is only about like 45 minutes long. Just a fair warning though, the reason why I'm not going to be making two parts is because there's about 6 tracks that don't have lyrics. And I don't want to start off on the wrong foot. I do have a lot of good things to say about this project. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Blaze With Us 2, if we just want to kind of jump into that right away. I mean, it's going to be a lot of weed smoking songs. It's going to be a lot of kind of like a little, I feel like it's going to be a particular type of vibe is what I got. So that was actually something that I was like, okay, I enjoy this type of music. I also, time to time maybe smoke or whatnot. So let's just kind of check it out and see exactly what it is or what not, and just kind of see what they're doing. I do know Dizzy Wright. I know he used to be part of like Funk Volume. He used to work with Hobson and all that. That's kind of just really where I know him from. I know we reviewed Dizzy on like one of the albums he made projects back in the last like 2-3 years. I wasn't there. I know Holden did it. So this is technically my first like Dizzy Wright project that I'm sitting down and really reviewing. Maybe I was there. I can't remember. Maybe that's saying something. Not sure. But I know for a fact Demrick. I don't remember ever reviewing Demrick, but I actually, like, when he was in Montreal, it's my home city, it's my hometown. When Demrick was in Montreal, I was actually working at like this startup little radio station thing that was part of like a local studio, and he was like there, not like there, but there was like, he was like doing a show or something, and they had like connections or whatever. So like that's where I actually found out about Demrick, was literally just like a poster at somewhere that I was like quote unquote working. So it was super cool. Like I was like, okay, so I've heard of him. I know like people hyped him up around me, and they were like, yeah, no, this is a good rapper. Da, da, da. So I was thinking, hey, let me check him out. Let me see what we can do. And again, I know who Dizzy Wright is. I've heard him before. I've heard him on features and stuff like that. So I was pretty much interested. Also, if you guys really look at what's been being released lately, there's not much. I know like last week we did Flatbush Zombies, which is great. But like just the overall selections of everything, it's like even Flatbush Zombies was only like a 6 project thing. It's just 15 tracks, which I'll get through that in the album. Already you guys can kind of see I'm a little bit huffy puffy just because, like, if you've seen the show before, by track 10, I'm gonna be like, okay. But we'll get into that. Let's not spoil that right now. I'm just babbling. I really don't have much else to say. I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually really tired. It's been, for me, just working and just the amount of things that I've been having to do for my job. It's just been a really crazy week. So I'm just going to kind of jump into it. Again, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Let me just, I guess, quickly talk about the album cover. Blaze With Us 2. I mean, it seems to be a sequel in a series. So that seems pretty, I guess, pretty interesting. I didn't really know that Blaze With Us 1 was out, so I don't know how big these guys are, or if these are just like maybe like a cult following, you know, they're dropping it for really their fans and stuff like that. I did see on Genius somebody quoted like it's really for like weed rap fans. So it's, if you really are into like rap about smoking weed, you're really going to enjoy this project. If you're a hip-hop head, I mean, I guess you could appreciate everything that they can do or whatnot, but I think this is more driven, this is definitely more driven to like people who smoke weed and stuff like that. Now the album cover is pretty cool. It has like this Cheech and Chong type of vibe, and it's funny because actually this album does have like layers of Tommy Chong's recording of a Tommy Chong interview. I think this is like maybe recent. Now I don't know if some of them are really Demrick and Dizzy who are doing the interview with him, but like it's cool, I guess. I never really watched Cheech and Chong. I know they're comedians. I know that they're like weed galore. I know who they are, and I know what they're known for and stuff. I've just never really sat down and watched a full project, like a full video of them, or like I've seen any real comedy from them or whatnot. I think I've put on one video with a buddy of mine, and I ended up passing out. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't my lifetime. It just wasn't something that I guess grew up with. So it's cool. But I guess you guys have figured out now that I'm not really into like weed rap, even though I may dabble in the smoking of the weed. It's like I like more music that has like some meaning to it, and there's some stuff to say, and like you can kind of pick it apart, and there's stuff like that. Not to say that this project isn't going to be bad, but well, how about we just get into it and you'll see exactly what I'm trying to say. The first track is called The Intro. Now, I'm just going to start because there's no point in really doing it. It's 10 seconds. There's no lyrics. It's really just Tommy Chong kind of expressing that, like, he's never really been a critic. He's been more of a recipient. You know, you're just kind of starting off with... You're kind of just starting off with, like, I guess it's supposed to put the atmosphere of the song together. But my issue is not even the song, like the project, but my issue is it's so short that I don't know why it was an intro. Like, it's the same beat for the next track. It's the same type of, like, flow, everything. It literally just flows so smoothly. But to put it, I don't know why they put it as an intro. It didn't really set up any context. It kind of just felt like the intro to the next track, which for me personally would have just felt like you could have made this 14 songs and just started it off with like the verse. Because when they come in onto the next track, and I'm not trying to talk about the next track, but when they come in onto the next track, it's like, this is dope. This is pretty cool. I don't really understand. Not that it makes a difference, I guess in a playlist way when you turn it on and this is like really just a vibe and like kind of like a mood setter, I would understand that like just starting it, you wouldn't really, like time doesn't matter in that case. I guess I'm looking at it from a certain perspective, so that could just be me. There was no lyrics to this, so I couldn't really quote exactly what was being said, but I gave this a 3 on 5. It didn't really do anything. Like, I think that's my problem, is like it does something if it's you're putting this project on and you're automatically just gonna listen to it right away, like at a party or something, and everybody's gonna have like a whole smoke out session or whatever. That I can understand, but like in terms of just like maybe as like a review or like trying to break down this to somebody and trying to get them to want to listen to it or whatnot, it kind of just seems a little bit well, like, this is just, like, just wait. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to hate on it. Like, I'm really just not. It's just, it just feels like 10 seconds to call it an intro when it could have just been, like, Hotline, in brackets, intro. My brain, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. I'm being picky. But other than that, yeah, it's 3 on 5. So that's pretty much it. The next track on this song is Hotline. Coming in right away on the project, you know, despite my little rant about the intro, Dizzy Wright comes in right away and just starts rapping. And I think that's where my problem was. It was like, just the way that it was built and structured together, it's like, put it together. Anyway, that's not the point. But Dizzy Wright does come in right away. So we start off with just a verse, and it's at this nice, like, piano lounge type. It's something to really, like... So the thing is, if you're going to listen to this project, you kind of have to smoke weed. I'm not trying to condone it, but I think the idea is you need to be intoxicated to really enjoy this project, to kind of get the feel of, you know, the beats, the vibes, the type of moods you're in, the mellowness of it, because really, like, a lot of what is gonna be being said, and I just want to get this out of the way so that when I consistently repeat it, it doesn't get irritating, but a lot that is being said kind of does come with, you know, very simple lyrics. There's nothing really heavy here. A lot of this is super easy to digest, which again, I will also talk about how that could impact the album, as well as the beat production on this is also really great, give or take some tracks as well. So now that that's out of the way, we'll just kind of look at this track. So the track Hotline starts off with a verse from Dizzy Wright. She got a pass to use my hotline card, got my cell phone charged, get to the gate and give your name to the guards, rely on me. So you're kind of getting this idea that, you know, we're starting off that they're kind of flaunting about how it looks very flaunty. You know, he's trying to, if this girl wants to hook up, he's there. He's always there. He's going to be able to help her out. And they're kind of showing you this, like, I guess the life that they kind of live. This kind of like nonchalant boss type of life. Everything's okay type of life to live. Making it smooth. I knew you was coming. My past traumas taught me who you around, who you becoming, and I can't read minds without no energy. Most of the time, your bad decisions will have your mind running. Smoke off my negative thoughts. Wish weed was legal everywhere past the federal law. I got respect for us all. I mean, I don't see the consistency in what, like, is really being said. It kind of just seems like a very flow consciousness type of rhyming. I don't work like I'm expected to fall, to say the least. Nothing will bring you great peace than blazing up the tree, and if it's not the first, it's gonna be in your top 3. Can't ignore the red flags but overthink it, bittersweet. Like, what he's saying is actually pretty cool. If you kind of listen to it line by line, Dizzy Wright is really kind of breaking down certain things of life, and certain, like, kind of way I interpret it is like certain things of life, certain experiences, certain events, and that's kind of how I look at that. But, like, I understand as for maybe just a first time listener or something, or like as maybe somebody just trying to get into what I guess these guys do as a collaborative project, it just seems a little bit like simple. But I guess that's the point of it. So I'm not gonna hate so much on that. Like, that's the point of this. Again, I think it's more about the vibe and more about the feel, because what I'm really getting from this is just this nice mellow mood, and you're like, you can really get this picture of like being late at night and the girl's hitting you up. It's like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. and they're hitting you up and they're like, yo, you want to do something? Can I run through? Can I come smoke? Can we, you know, do? So it's like, you can really get that, and I really enjoy how they're bringing that atmosphere with this track. Lyrically, I mean, it's good. It's not like it's bad. It's just good. Then the chorus comes in. I think the chorus is Dizzy. Doesn't seem to be any name change, but I also think that it might be Demrick. I'm not actually sure. They somewhat sound similar on certain at certain times because of just the way the music's mixed and the way that they like pronounce certain things and the way that they have like just kind of the way they flow together. So sometimes I may not know who's saying what unless it's written there on Genius, but at the same time, I think it's actually pretty creative how they did that, because it does just kind of flow through. Like, you kind of get lost in the music, which is really a great creative technique, but I also feel for me, and I guess this is because this is like a really bad album to review, and I say bad album to review because I'm really into the lyrics. I'm really into what people are saying and kind of taking away a lot of messages from the lyrics, and there isn't really going to be much. Anyway, if it's 2 o'clock, tick tick on the dot. If you find you laying up, I can give you what you want. Just hit me up on my hotline, yeah. And if it's 4 a.m., got nothing to do, you're chilling with your girl, you can bring your friend too. Girl, just hit me up on my hotline, yeah. Very basic chorus. I feel like it's a really snaggy ripoff of Hotline Bling, just because it is called Hotline, and the whole premise of Hotline Bling is you can call me on my cell phone. So it's like anybody could really done this. So far I'm like, this is hype. Like, I like what you're doing, but I don't see the the oomph. And then we got Demrick coming in. I get them late night texts, cloud emojis and heart eyes in the message. Bring some backwoods you can pull up into the session. Yeah, your man got you stressing, so you just want to kick back and relax, no question. And she always something when she rolled through. Oh, and she always has a cue when she rolled through. Might hit the cue is a quarter pound. When she rolled through, might hit the shop, but she's still saying I'ma go too. Like, I think they're really making that song for, like, you want to have that intimate type of night with that person, and you just kind of want to smoke back and relax and chill. But, like, that's really it. It doesn't really give me any, like, kind of understanding of what we're going to get of the album. It doesn't really kind of set up a lot of it. It just kind of feels like it's just, this is the first thing on the playlist. We're starting off with, like, trying to set the mood and really being like, yo, this is kind of how we do when it's late time, and we just want to relax and have a good time and smoke, and it's really just mellow down vibes, and it's dope. It's pretty cool. I gave this a 4.2 on 5. I thought it was actually like a nice kind of way to start the album overall, but like, it's hard to be like overly excited, especially when I'm not really into, like, weed rap like that. Some songs on an album, yeah, that's pretty dope. Like, okay, talk about your drugs, talk about your weed, talk about what you got to do and blah blah blah, how you cope with it. But again, there was nothing else to review, and at least I know these guys from some walk or whatever. Overall, yeah, I gave this song a 4.2 on 5. The outro kind of goes, and you hear somebody asked, I think Tommy Chong, it was like, was it hard to find weed back then? And Tommy Chong's like, impossible, there was no weed. I don't really get it. Like, I don't understand. I mean, how was there no weed if you were smoking? I guess it's like the idea of like bad or good weed, but that's just kind of how the song wraps up, and you kind of get these little snippets through the whole project, just little interview questions, stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much it. So that was a 4.2 on 5. The next track is called Medicated. So, okay, before I start to like hate on this and everything, let's start off with something good. I like the switch up. I like how there's this type of still that like mellow vibe, but it's more hype. It's more like I can't even do it because it's just basically the song's about how they smoke a lot of weed and they're really kind of using it as medication. My issue is I don't have lyrics, so for me to be able to really pick it apart was a little bit difficult, because the way that they kind of presented this song is like, or at least produced it, was kind of like, it sounds like you are high, like as if you're like, things are kind of echoey, things are like kind of phasey, kind of synthy a little bit, and it's like the way that it was mixed and stuff, it kind of really just blended both of the artists together, which I felt kind of did damage to the song. I couldn't tell apart who was who, and when really trying to listen to it, because of the weird phasiness to the song, it felt like it just kind of mashed in, blended all together at one. Now, I'm not saying the song is bad. I actually like the song. I like the energy that was brought through it. I like the way that they're like, kind of just proving that they're, or at least trying to prove that they smoke a lot of weed, and that this is kind of what they do, and this is how they kind of deal with like they deal with life. I do have a line here in Dizzy Wright's first verse. He's kind of breaking down the problems that he has and how he smokes weed to self-medicate. So it's like he does talk about, you know, dealing with his demons and dealing with that and stuff. But again, I wish I did have lyrics to properly kind of like you know, quote them and really have an actual discussion about it, because without it, really listening to it, like I said, you kind of get phased. At least me, I feel like I kind of got phased out by by just the whole overall production of the song, where their lyrics and voices no longer mattered. It became more of just like, again, I don't want to keep using this word, but a vibe, more of just like this whole entire artwork of like this whole art piece, instead of just like different things that we can pick apart. I feel yeah, not to really have not much else to say, but it was a 3.7 on 5. Like I don't really have much else to say. If you listen to it, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. The next track is called We Ain't the Same. So given the title of the song, We Ain't the Same, you can surely assume that this track is basically going to express and prove why they are not like everyone else, and why everybody is maybe, you know, maybe beneath them or not like that, and they're just different. So we got the chorus coming in with Demrick, and, you know, bitch, we ain't the same. Hard work on my pay stub. Still ride with my day ones. You don't know where we came from. You don't know where you came from. Bitch, we ain't the same. You need chasers for flavored Ciroc. We been drinking triple Henny shots, VIP bottles round the clock. Bitch, we ain't the same. Y'all be smoking that mid-grade, same shit I got 5th grade, and you're still begging for a hit, man. Bitch, we ain't the same. I just want to state, you sound pretty the same to other rappers, to other people. Like, I know that this is a weed, like a whole like weed album and shit, but like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to interpret the whole idea of we ain't the same, when it's like, what isn't the same about you? You smoking better weed than other people? I've heard rappers say they have better weed than other people. What's not the same about you? Hard work on my pay stub, still ride with my day ones? That's literally what every fucking rapper in the world says. So maybe I'm picking and maybe I'm reaching. Absolutely. Like I could definitely agree that I am. But I'm just trying to understand, like, what exactly is the point of this? Is this just supposed to just be a song that's just supposed to represent that? Like, that could be a thing too. It could really just be a song that's like, yo, this is just for the people. And if that's what this album is about, then yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool too. But it's just, I mean, check the first verse from Demrick. I never been the type to fuck with that overnight hype. Michael Bay here today, gone tomorrow. Okay. Some Michael Bay movie reference. Okay. Trying to borrow someone else's drip just to get a hit. Shit, don't exist. It's not on my list. I'm in the top tier, bitch. I'm locked in. Hit the stage, rage, get it poppin'. Literally any other rapper could have said that. Me as a fucking rapper could say that. Like, there's nothing here that really so, like, and oh my god, there's nothing really here that makes it so distinct that I'm like, okay, like, all right, I don't, it's good, like, it's good, don't get me wrong, like, Demrick can rap, and so can Dizzy Wright, it is good, it's just, I don't know, let's follow through. This is God's hands holding mics here. Okay. Fuck around and lose your life here. Okay, fair enough, I get that. This is a man's world, you need a high chair. I mean, I understand. Okay. Boy, it's quite clear that, bitch, we ain't the same. And we never will be. I represent for the something filthy. You get purple hair and you shop at Tilly's. Homie Papa Pilly started talking silly. I ain't gotta stop you. You're your own Achilles. I mean, I understand, I guess, so far in his first verse that, like, you know, he's kind of breaking down this idea of, like, He's better than other people. But I don't see why you're better than other people, and I don't see why you're any different, because to me, this just sounds like any other rapper who smokes weed, or any other stoner with, like, an aggressive attitude who wants to be a rapper. I mean, let's just be, and here's my issue. As a kid growing up, I'm 26, 15, 16, 17, 8, so like 10 years ago, I was listening to Wiz Khalifa, which is essentially the idea of what this is. It's all weed rap, all of it, all the time, but it was just better. I'm a little I ran off the Wiz train at one point because eventually I grew up and was like, well, I want other music and learn about other shit. I don't want to just listen to weed rap. But there was a certain type of way that Wiz did it that was just like, yo, this is dope. I'm not seeing that here yet. I'm not feeling that. Now, I do want to give them some credit though. On Demrick goes off on like this kind of triplet type of flow thing, and not even triplet, he just kind of like goes double time ish, but it's like 1.5, not even 2, like it's like a 0.5 faster a little bit, and he's like, get in this paper, respected by peers, you're faking your gangster, but like the way he does it, it's like in a weird triplet type of choppy flow, but it's still like, I don't know. It's still like it doesn't. I don't know. There's just something missing from this. And I mean, as much as I say that, I feel like I'm a little hypocritical or contradicting myself, because I did give the song a 4.2. Reason being is because it's hype, and I like the song. I like how they flow. I like how they rap. I like their technique. I like their skill. I like what they do. Dizzy Wright. Triple Henny shots and double cups. Big ass tour buses swerving up. You don't travel around the world enough. They see the show and show the merch table love. All of this without a label, bro. Only kings and gods is how they label us. Not true. Not true. Don't think so. But it's still like braggadocious, and this is really that like kind of fuck the haters type song, and it's really just braggadocious, and we're the best and all this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still, the only thing I liked from Dizzy's verse was, we working hard to get the TV love, but we don't trust corrupt media. And I'm just like, that was cool. You're getting a little bit political. You're talking about like the media and stuff. That was actually interesting. But then look around, anything could be a drug. Alright, that was also introspectively cool too. Bitch, we ain't the same. Don't even like to conversate with cops. Fair enough. Okay, alright, I see where you're going. Appreciate your freedom when your brother's locked. 10 toes down, laced, double knot. Bitch, we ain't the same. I'm in a different country making people move. We with pretty bitches cooking vegan food, trying to follow the dog. You literally spoke about like police brutality and corrupt media and, you know, like oppression, and then you went back to being the same as every other fucking rapper. .2 because the song's actually really, really hype. The flows, and they're very talented and they're skilled and they know how to do this. Could have been a 4.5 if the lyrics were just kind of doper and had some actual shit to say, personally. But don't worry, roll me at track 5. Alright, so track 5, Don't Worry, is actually pretty cool. I like how Demrick and Dizzy Wright kind of adopt this like Rasta type of feel to it. Now, I don't want to feel like stupid corny or like an asshole, but it kind of just feels right as a smoking album to have this type of track here. I don't know why. It's like I wasn't surprised when this kind of came on, so I was like, oh, alright, there's the, you know, Rasta Jamaican song where we all gonna smoke weed and have a great time. And I think salute Bob Marley. I don't know. I think, well, tell me if I'm wrong. So in the chorus, we got Dizzy Wright going off. You're creating energy that's working against your soul. You remind me of this godlike entity that I used to know. He used to say, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. He used to say, and then they repeat. Now I know, Bob Marley made a song like "Don't Worry, Be Happy," so I feel like maybe they're paying homage to Bob Marley. As far as I'm concerned, like, if you are like a big stoner or like really, really into weed, you like kind of heavily look up to like Bob Marley and kind of like the way he does things or whatever, I'm probably completely fucking wrong. I'll be absolutely clear. I'm probably completely wrong, but it's like a lot of people, growing up and a bunch of stuff, like a lot of people have just spoken about that and kind of explained that to me. But then we get into verse 1. So Dizzy Wright goes, too worried about them things that don't really matter or belong. Every day learn something new. Don't be like that, pass it along. When I'm trying to concentrate, I'm taking a puff on that strong. No knowledge can't be power if you don't share it with no one. I need me time before I have to bust off like a gun. Looking around me, still searching for the love, but I see none. Demons around me, so don't make me have to show you where I'm from. Like, I could read the whole verse because these two verses are actually pretty short, but what they're actually saying here is pretty cool. And I actually do appreciate just this whole idea of like dropping wisdom. Like, too worried about them things that don't really matter or belong. A lot of people do that. They worry about things that are just that don't matter and are petty. I'm victim to that too. I worry about shit that is really just irrelevant and doesn't matter. And I think that if we start thinking about, worrying about shit that's really important, we could actually be making those differences and making those changes. Every day learn something new. Don't be like that, pass it along. So I like that, how he's just like, you should learn something new every day. You should always learn a skill, and then teach somebody else and have that community type of growth there. That was actually really, really cool. Like this was really nice to hear in terms of just like this being like, we have to kind of like work together type mentality. Knowing knowledge can't be power if you don't it can't be power if you don't share it with no one. The idea of like knowledge is power, but it can't be power if nobody else knows. If you're the only one, you can't really manipulate the system. You can't really do what it is. But if everybody knows, the true meanings and the true enlightenments and powers and stuff, it's like, then you can actually fight against it. You can actually fight against the corrupt and whatnot. So this was actually really an inspiring song and was really cool, I found, a little bit, just in terms of what they were saying. And again, the way they adopted that, like, Rasta feel, and they just kind of went in with it, and it kind of gave you that whole, like, you want to vibe and really just kind of listen along as you're going with this. So it was super, super dope. Get back into the chorus. You're creating energy that's working against your soul. You remind me of the godlike entity that I used to know. And and you're just like, the fact that there is this like idea of creating that energy and this the talking of like, it sounds like they're also expressing like, you control your own destiny, you control your own energy, and I like how they are expressing that together. That was just really, really great. And then Demrick comes in, and I like how Demrick went, each one teach one, I gotta keep reaching, you already know, said I came up from nothing, grew up to be something, so I don't really care how it goes. Yeah, I took a long way, came from out the hallway, don't worry what they all say. I know that they salty, well, they saute. I'ma do this all day till them angels call me. And he just kind of goes through and flows through and kind of still like, he took more of this like, this is kind of what I'm doing. I'm counting my losses, and I'm like, I move with caution, and I'm trying to like get up there. I'm a boss. So he took more of that like idea of like how to move and how to act in a certain way, but you should be teaching one another on how to move and how to act a certain way. I really appreciated it. Again, fairly short song. It was really, really cool. I do enjoy it. I think at the end of this track, actually, Tommy Chong in one of the interviews, I don't talk about all the interviews because they're not all that cool. Like, you can barely hear him. Like, he's kind of old, so you can barely hear him, and I don't know, I guess I just don't really care enough, per se. My bad. So yeah, like at the outro, I think Tommy Chong is like, the purpose wasn't to get high to smoke weed or whatnot. It was to be creative and make music and be artistic and blah 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 blah. So it was cool, and I like that type of energy that they were giving. Overall, I gave this song a 4.3 on 5. I thought it was actually super super cool. The next track is called Rolled Right. So Rolled Right is track 6 on this project, and I mean, it's okay. I don't really have much to say about it, to be absolutely honest with you. I like, really, the only part of this whole song that I really, really like is when Dizzy Wright goes, it's Dizzy Wright, and it's verse 2 when Dizzy Wright and Demrick together, they kind of do like this mix-up matchup in the second verse, and I thought that was actually really cool. But it was when I don't know if it's Demrick or Dizzy at this point, because the way that they kind of flow through together on the second verse really just sounds like they mash up. But what I did like was hit the bong to relax. I can't lie, it's like a vibrational mash. Conversations about how our president is bringing racism back. That shits get deep, and I'm willing. They say you attract what you feel, and so I'm chilling. And they say time is revealing. So shit, I'm trying to stay on my toes. Can't fake it, for my intuition will know. She said she'll move at my speed, top down. We enjoying the breeze. And then they suddenly switch back. That literally, the fact of bringing up the racism part was the only part I actually cared about in the whole track. Everything else is pretty much just a type of R&B smoker vibe. These blunts burn, and this is the chorus. These blunts burn slow if they rolled right. We gonna keep it going for the whole night. I don't be scared, and don't be scared for your whole life. I'ma get it now. We don't live twice. These blunts burn slow if they rolled right. And it's like, it kind of gives off this sense that they're just trying to have another, a good night, and they're with this person, and they're trying to just enjoy themselves. Verse 1, Demrick and Dizzy break down the weed, pass it. Pass it to Dizzy. He roll it up, smoke enough. Your backwoods keep breaking because you don't roll enough. Or they're dried the fuck out. Yeah, that's the golden touch. Indica, keep tapping your chest just like the golden glove. I've been down like the ground wave before the something. And we always smoking out the club. Yeah, you know it's us. I don't know. It didn't really fit what I felt. I like the flows. I like their creative ability of going back and forth and kind of like cutting each other off and finishing their different lines. That was really interesting, and I did appreciate that. But overall, the song isn't like the greatest thing. Again, the biggest point that I really enjoyed was the fact of like having discussions about the president bringing racism back. I was like, yo, that was fucking serious. And I think like part of it is, if you were in a club listening to this, or you're at a party and that line is said, it's supposed to maybe do something, or they're just trying to show how like they can somewhat get political, but they really don't. I don't know. I'd have to like go and check. I'd really have to go and review like their individual albums to see what they can really bring besides having like a thematic weed album. Because I mean, I'm enjoying this sonically. Like if I was just to put it on and just listen to it and not have to really pay attention, I would enjoy it. Reviewing it, we're at track 6, there's 15, and this is pretty much the whole album. Listen, I gave this song a 3.6 on 5. The next track is called All Night. So the song All Night is basically a song where Dizzy Wright and Demrick both kind of act like weed fiends. I mean, I understand it. I've been there. You kind of have your guy. You want to get some. He's taking too long. Like, I get it. It's kind of like delivery. Like, why are you waiting? Why am I waiting on my food? It's been like X amount of time, right? I get it. But it's just like, I feel like they could have done something so much better with this in terms of like Chorus. Damn, what the fuck I've been waiting for? Waiting on the weed man all night. Damn, what the fuck I've been waiting for? Waiting on the weed man all night. Waiting on the weed man all night. Waiting on the weed man all night. Find another weed man. I don't know. Is that not a thing? Like, isn't it? I don't know. And then we get to verse 1, Dizzy Wright. Tonight I'm off that brandy, waiting on the flavors. Weed bud fluffy like cotton candy. He keeps saying he late. I'm blowing him up. He probably can't stand me. Go do something. Like, the fuck? I waited it out. He playing me out. And look where it landed me. I ain't playing no waiting games. I'ma fuck around and hit Fanny. Feeling like Juice Man, smoking like a Snoop fan. So if the man was making you wait, why didn't you just... The song is pretty shit. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have anything to say about this. Damn, what the fuck I've been waiting on for? Waiting on a weed man all night. You're complaining about waiting on the weed man. Just grow your own fucking weed. I don't know. Like, I know I'm being an asshole, but the song's really trash. Like, Demrick, I've been waiting on the weed man since he texted me back, what you need, fam. That was 3:30 p.m. Now he on Snap with his BM. I need a whole Z for the weekend. Got the 3 homies that pitched in. Got this little bag and need my assurance like Allstate. Need that gray Peyton with that bald fade. This is absolute shit. Absolute shit. Colorado from Tech 9 and Friends was way better than this whole project. Just gonna say. I stand by that. I'm gonna die on that hill. But the song Colorado from Tech 9 and all of his friends, who basically made a weed song about smoking Colorado weed, it's way better. Like, performance, vocals, wordplay, everything. It's just better. This song's a 3 on 5. I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry. Next track is called ZipLoc. So, following the last track, that was pretty trash and really just a waste of fucking time. We've got ZipLoc, which inevitably is basically the same type of content and the same type of stuff, really focusing on the fact that now that they've waited all night to wait for the dealer to show up and finally get their weed, they now have the ZipLoc and they're happy. Which, I mean, I understand from like a stoner's mentality, like that feeling of finally getting your weed. You're like, oh yes, finally, and it's like really cool. So I can understand where they're coming from in terms of this track and like just how they're like, I guess, presenting it. But I mean, it flows nicely and the chorus is pretty hoppy. It's my ZipLoc to the tip top, White Sox with the flip flops, smoke first, then we take shots, TikTok, and it don't stop. Like it's got that bumpy vibe. It's got that like, not fast paced, but it's just, it gets you in that mood to want to just like bop your head and jump around, which is really cool and it's really ear catchy. I mean, the verses are pretty straightforward, right? So Dizzy Wright starts off, high shorts, white socks, quartets, dreadlocks, working all day to make your head bop, knocking down door stops, I don't know, truck stops, I don't know. Homie got his own weed strain for real. We still moving up the hill. Guaranteed, homie's gonna grind. I want it all for real. Treated me like the legend, like I'm legendary status. I'm still a homie, not the homie that had it. Smoking on a helicopter. I mean, they're okay. It's really just more the way they did it, more the way they presented it. But it's like, it's not the greatest weed bars, and it's not like it's the greatest lyrics. And then, you know, my ZipLoc to the tip top, White Sox with the flip flops. That's really the funnest part of this whole song. And then Demrick comes in, you know, summertime vibe, flying high, following the sign, clear my mind, always on the grind, always come in time. With the low eyes, I still see the prize on the couch, binge watching CSI. The fuck? Okay. Yes, I mean, okay, fair. All right, I get it. Like, during the day, there's literally nothing on TV, and there's like 17 episodes of like CSI that do reruns all day, and then like NCIS and like the other one, whatever, the one that everyone likes with that actor and the other actor. I know I'm being super vague, but like Criminal Minds, that's what it's called. There we go. Like, everybody likes watching that, right? So I get it. I guess it's like somewhat nostalgic if you've like skipped school or just been at home smoking weed all day, doing absolutely nothing, watching TV as your brain rots. So fair, but like, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I know the growers that own the farms. Type of fire set off smoke alarms. My issue is anybody could be saying this. Like, I don't see the point or I don't see the uniqueness in this whole project. Literally, this could be said by any other rapper, and it would probably still sound the same. I don't know. So this one got a 4 on 5. The next track is called Motivated Stoner. So another song that doesn't have any lyrics. Again, the whole no lyrics thing is really not doing justice at all for the project, just to be fair. It's like, again, my issue really is that it's not the fact that the song is bad or anything. It's just, I can't. Sonically, the song sucks. It's not like the greatest sounding song. I guess I understand the point of a motivated stoner. They're kind of like trying to, I guess, diminish that stereotype of stoners are all lazy and stuff. But like, that's already kind of been done. If, I don't know, maybe that's just me. I think maybe we have to like clearly state that, yo, we're motivated stoners. But I feel like that's been proven given the amount of people who smoke weed and are very successful, and the amount of people, at least in hip hop, who like smoke weed, do drugs, and are very, very successful. So like, I don't really know the point of this song besides letting us know that you guys are motivated while you smoke weed. And I think that's my issue, is that I can't really validate anything or justify nothing just because there's no lyrics for me to really analyze and deep down. And I don't want to use that as an excuse, but it's like, I did listen to this song multiple times, and it's just not that good of a song. Like, it's slower paced. It's got this, like, I can't even explain it. Like, listening to the beat, I feel like I'm in some, like, suburban area, and it's, like, just this happy, like, perfect little world, and everybody's all like okay, and it's just, it doesn't really suit, I guess, the world I'm living in or whatnot. Like, I don't even know because I can't follow along properly because I get bored. Listening to this really bored me. But what I can say is, you know what, the lyrics are dope. The not the lyrics, but the flows are dope. The way they rap, they're dope. They got skill. The production is nice, and I'm not going to take away from the production. It's really done very, very well. So overall, I'm just going to give it a grade. The grade was a 3.6 on 5. The next track is called Cultivation. The song is about a minute and like something long. It's like a minute and 40 seconds long. It's weird to me. They gave me time and I ain't wasted. Shout out to my Cultivation. We gave the world another weed. We gave the world another weed strain. This is my appreciation. Let's take a break. It's time to smoke one. Let's take a break. It's time to smoke one. We gave the world another weed strain. Let's take a break. It's time to smoke one. We've been. That's like the entire album is like basically smoking. Now we're taking a break to smoke a joint for the album that I would assume people are smoking a joint to. I don't really get it. Verse comes in. 1 + 2 + 3 + 4. High in the sky, homie, that's for sure. I ride with the guys that supply the something. Dior? I don't know. Fuck. If you looking for that fire, I'll provide the quotes. But you came too late, now you can't get in. Provide the fire, that providing the spins. We got pre-rolled wax and THC pens. I just don't care. Like, the thing is and I think that's part of my issues. I really don't care about the glorification of all this shit. Like, I don't. Which is fair, because this album is not for me. Yeah, that's it. Like, I'm really running out of stuff to say. So if you see that I'm like brushing through the rest of the tracks, I mean, look, I'm at track 10, and I told you by track 10 I'm gonna probably just be like, it's pretty much all the same shit. So yeah, this song kind of flows through and really just gives you that little break of kind of being different. You know, the flow's a little bit different, the vibe's a little bit different, so it's nice. But like, besides the beat, which really is the reason why I gave it a 4.2 on 5, because the beat is really stellar. I thought it was great. I thought it really gave me a nice little breather from the rest of the album that we got and the rest of the track. But overall, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's really just a minute and 40 seconds. It doesn't really do much. If it wasn't for the beat, this song would be a 3 on 5. The next track is called LaLa. So, I'm just going to come out and say it before I finish this review. It sounds like all the songs that are missing lyrics are absolute trash. Like, just absolute trash. Medicated was, like, not that great. LaLa is absolute garbage. It's just, no, it's absolute garbage. Motivated Stoner is trash as well. I mean, it's like this song, like these songs. I don't even know why these songs are on the project. I don't know why they're there. Like, they're missing lyrics. The intro's missing lyrics. I know I'm hating, and it's not my like the point of this, but like I actually have almost ran out of shit to say, because the songs that do have lyrics are so generic and so boring, and the ones that don't have lyrics are even worse, and they're way more generic, and they're way more boring, and they're like trash. Like, I don't really know what these guys were trying to do for this project, but like this I don't know. Like, again, if you're somebody who really enjoys weed rap and enjoys these guys, you'll like this project. As somebody who just likes weed rap, and I'm making that distinction, I don't know if you're gonna really enjoy this project. I think you might find other people that you might want to go listen to. I am not going back to this project ever. That's a fact. LaLa is trash. They're literally just saying, we're smoking weed, we're smoking that LaLa, which is weird as fuck to me. I get it. It's like, we're smoking that la la la. Like, it's supposed to be this like wavy feel, but it really doesn't come off as that. It comes off super childish, super weird. Again, no lyrics, so I don't really know what they're saying through the track. I was bothered by the chorus, so I didn't even bother to care about what was going on with the verse. So, like, yeah, blame that on me. I absolutely agree, but I think that does say something about the music, where it's like, if you can't captivate me within the first couple of seconds of the song, your song's already trash. I don't want to listen to it. Like, I should want to listen to what is going on. Like, maybe the beat's good or something. The beat's not even that great. Overall, I mean, the song's just trash. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. I'm sorry. I don't really have anything good to say about this. It's not a good song. 3.5 on 5. They rap well. They're talented. But this whole album literally just took a dip for the worse, and it's kind of scary. The next track is called I Want It Now. Okay, so for any of you who know me and who have seen Headspace podcast before, you would know that this song is the banger of the track, the album, because it's the most trappiest, modern day, flowing, kind of sounds like Migos. It's really the only one that I'm like, this is the one I'm going to take off of this project, and this is the one I'm going to listen to on repeat. other than that, I'm not taking anything else. The song's dope. It really just is about how they want their money and how they want their women now. Shorty, all of that ass, she throwing it back, and I want it now. Don't normally go in my stash, but she got to pass because I want it now. He's trying to give me a check, but I need that cash and I want it now. I told him they got that gas. He said, bring me that pack because I want it now. Again, it literally sounds like anybody in the world could have made this fucking song. But it's dope, and it's really just dope because it's hype. That's really all it is. The lyrics aren't the greatest. I just came up on the bag. My plug gave me all that he had. Finessing the price on the tag. I move it, I zig and I zag. Shorty got all of that ass. Big booty, soft as something. The way she kept throwing it back. We might have to go in the back. It's like, I might be shitting on this too much, this whole project, but it literally sounds like they're pandering to the kids who listen to this type of shit, instead of like the stoners who really kind of live this life. Like, I don't know, it sounds like they're trying to make it cool instead of like it being like a normal thing. I don't know, but it's dope though. I mean, I gave this song a 4.5 on 5. It's the hypest track on the whole project. I mean, in my opinion, it's really, really dope, and it's got everything it needs to be like that like, you know, stereotypical rap track that we have today. Dizzy comes in. Oh, that was Demrick. My bad. Dizzy comes in, can't remember the night when my dogs, I'm hungover, coming off of a cloud, heard you got lost in the city, pull up in a place that you ain't allowed, wake up feeling fantastic, she in my bed with her titties all out, killing everything I touch, had to beat the pussy up and bust it down. Like, okay, I mean, there's like way better songs about this shit, but I really only like it because it's hype. Verse 3, first round draft pick, big smoke, cloud thick, stay down, don't switch, hustle till I get rich, hustle till you get rich, and I want it right now, little bitch, yeah, I want it right now, off to the top there, give me that lighthouse. Off of the top, they call me the lighthouse, that's not even funny. Like, that's not even funny. Let me show you the right route, no matter the price, married this game, fuck is the saying, Oh my god, I'm so glad that it's almost done. Alright, well, this song got a 4.5 on 5. And, yeah, I mean, next track is called Woke Up. Again, another trash song. The premise of this track is pretty cool in the terms of how, like, they're kind of breaking down their wake up routine, how they wake up, roll up, smoke up, wake and bake, and they're kind of like, did they forget their keys, and, you know, all these type of things that, you know, if you're like a stoner, you kind of have to do in the morning and deal with. But, like, it's just not a good song. Again, it gets lost in the weird audio effects. A lot of the vocals kind of get mixed up, and I can only really talk about that because, again, I don't have any lyrics for this song, so I can really only give you what I heard and what is really there, and it's not like it's the greatest song. It's not like it's the greatest fucking track, so, I mean, it pretty much is what it is. I don't really have much to say. It's kind of just their morning routine. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But that's really just the premise of what this is. There is a sense of, like, I guess, comedy to it. Because there is this type of, like, haha, I've been there. Or, like, oh, that's funny. Like, certain things they say is kind of funny. And I can't really quote it because I didn't, like, again, no lyrics. But the song's a 3.6 on 5. Like, it's not, like, bad, but it's not bad because sonically it's actually really good, but it's bad because it's just bad. Like, I know it's so contradicting, but it's like, when I say it's good sonically, it's like, I put on this album, I let it play, and this song comes on, I'm not going to turn it off. But I'm not rushing to this either. This isn't like, oh, we got to play this track. That's a bad song. I'm not trying to go to the, like, if I'm not trying to rush to the track, or I'm not trying to ever listen to it, it's a bad song. But if it comes on in a playlist or something, or I'm at somebody's house and somebody's playing it, I ain't about to tell them to cut it off, or I ain't about to, one, because I'm not rude, but two, I ain't about to switch it if it was at my house either. So it's like, it's kind of really a hit or miss. It just missed for me a little bit, but I did give it a 3.6 on 5. The next track is called Ridin High. This song was really nice. We take a kind of dip from like the weird type of wonky type of stuff to kind of get this idea of like how they're dealing and reminiscing about certain things that happened in their success to where they are now. So we get this little intro sample of like, well, and then the chorus comes in and Dizzy Wright comes in. He's like, trying to find my way through this room full of smoke. Can't thank everybody. Only a few of us is chose. This cold world that'll keep you on your toes. I'm riding high with my eyes on the road. I mean, I don't condone riding high, but I could understand if you're in like some dark, deep state, you're kind of like, you know, just trying to do anything you can to just be happy, I guess. This cold world will take you on your toes. I'm riding high with my eyes on the road. And then, you know, Demrick comes in and really kind of shows this like feeling of like just these emotions and this passion and really kind of looking back at things that's happened. So I spent too much time in traffic trying to navigate through madness, people popping my shirt, getting off the blunt ashes, nothing promised, all I do was take chances. Yeah, a homie took some losses, but I still keep advancing. They say slow work is better than no work. Well, when your rent overdue and phone don't work, thinking who can go first, God on your side and the devil working covert, and if the system gets you, then they go hit you and it for sure hurt. Oh my god, I can't even spell. But like, it's cool how they're kind of like breaking down like, yo, this is things that we've dealt with and these are things that we've gone through, and it's like, this is kind of why we smoke, and this is kind of why we do the things we do, because of just all this nonsense that we've dealt with. So I do like that. I do like how they're kind of like looking back at just the world that they kind of come from, and they're really just kind of thinking about it and showing people like, yo, this is what's really happening. Dizzy comes in on the second verse. I reminisce back to when my air conditioner was broke. I started smoking marijuana and seen life through a scope. Living paycheck to paycheck was a slippery slope. You gotta save, invest, and focus on some credit growth. Looking at it for what it is, and I start moving different. I never judge homies. Got too many problems on my own, and I'm just riding high, slapping these unreleased songs. And I know one day the world gonna be rapping and singing along. I mean, it's like, I like the type of inspiration they have within us, within them, the determination they have. I like the bravery and the pride that they have in this song, but I also like how they're looking back from like where they were to they are now. But that's pretty much like the premise of the song. I feel really annoyed that I had to wait this long to get something this serious. Like, it was filled with a lot of just fucking nonsense. But this song was actually really, really good. So yeah, I gave this track a 4 on 5. The last track of this project is ReUp. So for the final song, of course, there's no lyrics, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a re-up. They ran out of weed, and now they're going to re-up and get more. Not like the lyrics really mattered. It's really just repeating the fact that he can get the dealers here in like a minute or two, in 5 minutes, and that it's not a problem, and that they're going to need to get the re-up. Pretty weak, to be fair. Like, the song itself is actually pretty weak. A really shit way to end the album. They should have actually ended it on the last track. I don't know who put this project together or whatnot, but shit, bro. I'm just going to end it. The song's a 3.7 on 5. Go check it for yourself and let me know what you think. I have nothing to say about it. I cut it off every time because I just couldn't get through it. It's 3.7 on 5. So with that, I'm just going to wrap up the album. Overall, the album got a 3.8 on 5. It's not like it's bad. It's not like it's the worst. It's just, there is way better weed rappers out there. There is way better weed music out there. And I don't know what attempt this was, or like how different it is from the first project in the series, because this is the second one, so maybe they're trying to do something different, maybe trying to change something else, but like, I don't know. unfortunately, again, like I said, and this isn't an excuse, but I come from the era of like when Wiz Khalifa was like starting to pop and everything, and he was like the biggest weed rapper at the time when he started popping. So it's like that was my weed reference. That like everything weed related was literally coming from Wiz Khalifa and then like Juicy J a little bit and Snoop Dogg because like Taylor Gang. But other than that, it's like there wasn't really much else. Like after that, like, you know, people started making up their own words and stuff like that, which is super cool. But like there's nothing here in this project that really kind of stood out to me. It just sounded a bunch of like beeline tracks. Half the songs are shit, like flat out. Half the songs are trash. The other half are okay. It's not like this is like the greatest thing. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I don't have much to actually say about it. They could have removed all the 6 tracks that don't have lyrics on Genius, and it would have probably been a better project. They could have changed some. I don't know. I'm not even gonna tell them what they could not do. Clearly, they are like more successful than I am, of course. But like, just it's not a good album. It's pretty shit. But with that, I'm going to say thank you so much to the Patreons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, Linda Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Scribble, Carl J, and Jonathan Barnes. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. We greatly appreciate it. They follow us on Patreon. They have a hand in what albums we're going to review. They kind of force our hand to let us know what they want. They also subscribe to us. They also help us get a camera and get some help on some other things that we have in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. Love and support so much. Thank you so much for the community. As you guys can see, I'm actually really tired, and I greatly apologize if my enthusiasm throughout this project wasn't really there, but I just, you know, I've been tired before doing reviews, and there's some music that really just gets you hyped up, and then there's some music that's just really boring. And I'm not saying these artists are boring, just it's not the greatest project of so far that I've heard. Pretty much it. But anyway, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Again, this was Headspace Review with your host Chris Chrome, and we did Blaze With Us 2 from Dizzy Wright and Demrick. And I want to say thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day, evening, and whenever you guys are watching this, and I will catch you next time. Peace.